duh. I can't look because I'm driving a vehicle. Oh, hold on, we're coming to a stop sign. Welcome to the video. We are going to go to Morley Field and we are going to practice some pin stacking at long distances. I want to be ready for TAC in a few months, and we redid my tape, so now I want to practice pin stacking, and I'll explain that when we get to Morley. But in the meantime, hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're really trying to boost engagement this year, so work with us, comment, we'll chat back, and let's get to the field.
How's your confidence?
Yeah, it's been a minute since I shot the hinge. Oh God, this thing always makes me so nervous. I even hit the target.
Yeah, sounded like it.
I don't know.
How's the hinge?
I flinch every time I take the safety off. I have no idea where these are landing. Alright, we're just gonna do those three. Just the three. So, just trying to dial in that 80 before we start pin stacking. I don't know about the first two. I just need to stop being a baby and just pull the arm back. I feel like I'm ripping the string off the bow, and that's just a testament of how much you're not actually using back tension.
Remember the little loose in the index.
I'm loose now. I feel like my finger's gonna fall off. The thing's gonna slip out of my hand before it lets go of the string.
Oh, I heard plate. I think I heard plate. Was that plate station?
This is the furthest I've shot a hinge. I felt great on the hinge at 20 and 30 yards. Then we skipped 40, 50, 60, and 70. Not sure. We'll do one more. It takes like 20 minutes to take one shot with a hinge. So we just finished shooting 80, so now we're going to move to 90. I obviously don't have a 90 pin or mark on my tape, so I'm going to leave my tape set for 80, and we're going to pin stack. Theory is it's 10 yards past 80, so you look, my pins are set 10 yards apart. I look one pin up, that's 10 yards. You float your bottommost pin, which would be my 80, up to where that previous pin was. That becomes now your 90 mark because you look 10 yards up, if that theory makes sense. So we're going to try that out right now and see how I do. So if you want to know, when I look at my pins, what would be my 80 bottommost pin, I'm setting on the white pie plate out there, and I'm looking one pin up 10 yards at my next pin, which is an orange pin. That's sitting just above the target, essentially. So I float my bottommost pin up to where that orange pin was, just above the target, and then shoot for that. And essentially, it should then drop to where my 80 pin was. All right. We can go see where they landed. All right, so you can see two that are a little bit low. In theory, because my bow is slower than the tape, or my 60 is 62, so on and so forth, you kind of have to add a yard or two as you move up in yardage. In theory, if I were to only add 10 yards up to that next pin, it's probably going to be a little bit lower. I probably need to add more like 11 or 12 yards. So idea is, if my second pin from the bottom was looking here, I floated up. I need to move just a little bit higher than that to compensate for that slower bow poundage and what the tape is set for. It's getting the shot to break, that's half the problem. Hindsight's 20/20. We could have shown you more accurate results had I not followed the rules, but the rule is on your hand or on your bow. I did not follow the rules. So I can't find my tape. Or I mean my tape, my release. Gotta find my arrow. I gotta find my release. Oh, she's tired. She's tired. Okay, 3, pretty good elevation. 1, not bad at all. Way right, but we're not really worried about that, especially when I'm shooting something that's not my normal release. So you're not used to it. A hinge is something you really got to get used to. There's a lot of surprise in the shot, so it could be causing me to torque my arm or yank the bow, which could be causing that right because I'm a lefty. So it makes sense, but otherwise elevation, pretty money. So we're gonna move to 100. Move to 100, so that is 20 yards past how far my tape goes out to 80. So in theory, if you want to look at the site, this is my floating tape or pin. That's 80 with the tape dialed down. So we want to look up 20 yards. My pins are 10 yards apart. So 80 brings me to 90. 90 brings me to 100. So I'm going to look at where that is out there near the target, and I'm going to float that bottom pin up to where that was looking at. And in theory, I should be 20 yards higher than I was. It's kind of pretty convenient because that second highest pin up there sits just below the fence line. And so with knowing that my bow slows down as I shoot further, I'm just kind of making up for that by aiming right at the bottom of the fence.
Ooh, sounded good.
Sounded like maybe a plate. Could be that saran wrapping they have on the target too, but we'll find out when we go down there. That could be 2 in the plate. I don't want to get my hopes up, but that could be 2 in the plate. All right.
Might as well shoot your last 2.
No.
You might as well.
No. We'll maybe shoot another round, but my arm needs the break to the target and back. I'd say pin stacking works. So obviously, again, far right, just like all the other shots have been. We're gonna probably account that for using the hinge today. Outside of that, use the theory and you're gonna get pretty darn close to at least landing in foam. You might not be directly on the target. A couple of factors to that is you're floating, you're kind of looking at an aimless target above you, so you don't have something really pinpointed to look at. And then you got to hold your bow steady on top of that and keep it in line with where that center point was. So there are some hard things to pin stacking, but in general, you can do it. I would never suggest doing it in hunting, but if you're going to something like tack and you want to be able to try to take those fun long shots, practice pin stacking for a couple weeks and at least you won't lose your arrows.
Ooh, that was really close to plate.
That's nice. That's very nice. That's very nice. I don't know what she was.
He almost fell down there.
I tried to save it. It didn't work. Last arrow. Oh, God. I don't know. I'll tell you what, my arm is tired after shooting that hinge. And, yeah, it's fun. I don't know if I should have practiced pin stacking while using the hinge, but that's my own fault for losing my my release for a little while. So we're hoping it's either in the car or in my house, but we'll go up here, we'll show you the group. But again, like, subscribe, hit the comment button, and maybe tell us what videos you'd like to see in these off-season, going to Total Archery Challenge or any other shoots you know of, or some videos or learning videos you'd like to see, and maybe we'll get them done for you. It's quite a spread, you could say, a buffet style of shots. You get everything from dinner to salad to this one's barely in there. Dessert, brunch, breakfast, lunch. all the options here, but my arm is beat, so I am gonna go home, rest, and yeah, that's pin stacking, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I'm gonna need it when it comes to Total Archery Challenge, so for those ladies or men out there, you know, with short arms or you know, low poundage draws, this might be the method for you.